Up next, we have two individuals who spend the majority of their time thinking of exactly that. How do we improve our products for our users? How do we help people bring their dreams online? Whether it's a blog or a store or an educational platform, we want to work with our customers to ensure they're getting online with a beautiful website. To that end, please join me in welcoming our SVP of Digital Presence and Commerce, Jason Cross, and Senior Product Manager, Dave Ryan, as they discuss the past and future of working with WordPress and Bluehost.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jason Cross, and I'm the SVP of Product here at Newfold, supporting WordPress and commerce. I've been at Newfold for 1 year, and prior to joining Newfold, I was at Meta, formerly known as Facebook, supporting products that helped over 200 million small businesses around the world connect and grow. I'm now excited to be able to take my learnings and work with this great team here at Newfold to build solutions for businesses of all sizes, leveraging the power and versatility of WordPress to grow and achieve goals that people have to start and build their dreams. And I get the privilege to innovate with people like Dave Ryan, who's a rising star in our product organization. He's always studying cutting-edge technology and how it intersects with WordPress. He has been a power user of WordPress since 2007, and he's contributed to the WordPress project through code, meetups, and even organizing WordCamps. And he's constantly sharing his knowledge with everyone and makes the WordPress experience both innovative and simple here at Newfold. So hi, Dave.
Hi,
Lucky to
Jason.
have
Great
you
to be with
here.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spend a few minutes with you today to chat about what's going on in WordPress and to get your insights. So let's warm you up with some rapid fire questions.
All
All
right.
right. All right. So how did you get to Bluehost and Newfold? And tell us briefly about your role here.
Sure. In 2018, I was working in enterprise publishing, and an opportunity opened up here at Bluehost to do some really exciting things with WordPress, help a lot of small businesses and creators get online. And it seemed like a natural continuation of some of my skills and some of my interests. So I joined the company in 2018, and I've been working on some really exciting stuff ever since. Working in the new block editor in WordPress, and just looking at all of our experiences here at Bluehost and how we can make them better.
Awesome. So then speaking of that, what's your favorite part about the WordPress ecosystem?
I think my favorite part about the WordPress ecosystem has to be the people, and specifically the diversity of people and ideas. I don't think it's common to go to a tech conference and sit down at a table and be at a table with an ER trauma surgeon and a privacy expert and a graphic designer and someone who just saw this event and they have a blog and they thought it was cool. So I like that the diversity of people it brings together, and the people who are building it are also very diverse, and it brings out some really interesting ideas and I think opportunities when you have such a global and diverse community.
That's right. Awesome. So I have just a few blocks of thematic questions to dig in a little bit farther now. People want to know what Dave is thinking. So WordPress powers nearly half the web, right? And that's a powerful position to be in. And with power comes the ability to drive big change. So where do you think WordPress is headed, and what excites you most when it comes to the next frontier of WordPress advancements?
I think WordPress solves two problems really well. And I think it's those combination of problems that make it such a power horse today. One of those problems is, how do you delight a novice user? How do you help someone who isn't comfortable with publishing, isn't comfortable with websites, and help them get online? But also, how do you help the largest websites in the world, the biggest and largest sites out there? So finding that happy medium and sort of satisfying the needs of those sort of two extremes, I think helps us find a really great middle where we are considering the needs of users at the beginning of their journey, as well as all the places they could go. And I think the cool thing about WordPress is that we have a lot of opportunity at sort of each stage of that journey, as we're learning about how to use the software and publish our sites, to skill up and level up. And I think what we do here at Bluehost that's really exciting is helping customers figure out where they're at and how to get to that next step, wherever they are on their journey. And so I think one of the cool things about where WordPress is going is it's really exploring some new ideas about our workflow and how we assemble the pieces of our site, the blocks that we use to assemble our site that we've talked about today. So I'm really excited to sort of see how do we continue satisfying those two needs and helping people continue to sort of skill up and level up.
What do you think about in that same vein? Like, what about like safe, like the environment of being safe? I know in my time at Meta, trust and safety was always paramount to what we focused on. So all these novice users that come in to use WordPress, how are we thinking about, the safety of the platform for them?
I think safety is obviously, paramount to what we do. I think one of the really important things about being at Bluehost is that you want to have that confidence to create. You want to have the confidence that when you go and make something and you sink all that energy into it, that it's still going to be there tomorrow. And I think that has really always been the promise of WordPress long term. It's a 20-year-old software project now. And so that idea that you can carry it with you and continue going, that's part of safety, right? That you can take what's important to you and keep it with you. And that if the platform shuts down, so I think the important thing about safety here is that at the end of the day, we're the experts and that's what we want to focus on. And we want you to focus as a creator on what you're an expert in. So we worry about, making sure that everything is secure and tested and, keeping our defenses up so that you can focus on creating and doing the exciting parts of having a website, not the, the maintenance and the burden that we take pride in. So.
That's right. Okay. Well, as we know, right, it doesn't matter as we talk about like industries, creators, e-commerce businesses, bloggers, change never stops coming. And with change often comes new challenges. So what challenges does WordPress face in the coming year, and how are we at Bluehost planning to overcome them?
I think one of WordPress's biggest advantages is also one of its greatest challenges, which is that WordPress does try to build for everyone, right? Trying to build for those novices and experts. And one of our challenges is that so much is changing right now on the web. The networks that we're using, the marketplaces that we're going to, these are all shifting around right now in ways that they haven't in the past 10 years even. And so I think WordPress is this really exciting opportunity to own your data, to start building out, your own sort of corner of the web, and not one that someone else controls, not one that someone else says, this is how you sell and this is my cut, not a place where someone says this is how you publish and this is the length it looks like and this is how people can interact with it. And so I think WordPress helps us unlock this really exciting spot to be where we can go anywhere with it. And I think at Bluehost here, what we're really thinking about is with something where you can go anywhere with it, like how do we get you exactly where you're trying to go? So we're trying to listen more so than we have in the past to how can we be like your partner and walking with you, helping you through the parts of that journey that we know are hard. We know that there are parts of web publishing that are work, but it doesn't mean that it has to be an insurmountable amount of work. And I think that together, with creators and Bluehost, we can find some really cool opportunities to build some exciting things together.
What do you think about the future of commerce in this as we start thinking about like creators monetizing their content, more and more businesses getting online, going from offline to online, or starting their brand, usually social first, and then trying to like capture that audience and move on to their own platform. And we know that WordPress is an amazing spot to build that. What's the things that excite you most about that space?
I think it sort of starts to get back to that idea of, the control to control what your storefront looks like even. If you are selling on someone else's marketplace, you put your images in the box they give you, your titles and the color that they give it to you. You know, you don't have that much control over the experience of your sale. And I think that's somewhere where WordPress has tons of power. And the thing that really excites me about it is that, you know, a shop on Main Street or a small business doing drop shipping from home, they're getting some of the same powerful tools that sellers on really large marketplaces are getting. And I think that that helps sort of level the playing field a little bit, that a small town creator can have the same impact as a big city business.
I love that. And that's what we're trying to solve for. So that's good.
Yeah.
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 So as you think about all of that in your own words, what's the Bluehost vision? And how does that vision, coupled with what's expected now from consumers in the market and around the world, feed into how we at Bluehost make decisions on what's next?
I think that if I was to pick two words that we're focused on, it's flexible and fast. I think a lot of the solutions out there in the marketplace, it's pretty fast to get a website that you want, but you don't necessarily get the flexibility in that site. You don't get the features you want necessarily. You don't get exactly the design you want. And what I'm really excited about here at Bluehost is taking our vision of getting you farther, flexibly, faster, getting you to that place where you have full control and we can help you make really smart decisions. We can improve the sort of default experience layer of WordPress and provide a really great experience for you and bring all of our powerful tools together and all of our solutions so that you can focus on one bill, one place where all your content and settings are, and you can just focus on doing what excites you, what brought you to the web in the first place. So I'm really excited to be a part of that.
Awesome. So what would you say? We get a lot of feedback on, like, especially new small businesses or new creators that choose WordPress to design and build something. How should new users that choose to start on WordPress think about how do they build something on WordPress? Do they use what's native out of the box with WordPress? Do they need a plugin? Do they hire somebody versus maybe what they might see from another platform in the market? What should they look for, and what should the tools that they should use to make it most successful for them today?
Well, one of the things that I'm really excited about is our new WordPress onboarding that we're working on here for Bluehost, where when you sign up with us, we help you make some of those design decisions and site configuration decisions to help you get not just a WordPress site installed, but a WordPress site designed and configured a lot closer to that sort of finish line of where you want to launch from. And I think the important thing to think about again is sort of like if we tie it back into that sort of idea of safety and longevity, right? If you build something today, you want it to be around tomorrow. You might want to be able to pass it on to your kids. And I think that that's something that's possible with WordPress that you can't even think about passing on, you know, a website that you build on, you know, closed proprietary platforms, because you don't know if that platform will be around in 20 years, but there will be a way to run this WordPress site. And I think that that kind of longevity and long game is something that we forget in these sort of fast-paced web sometimes. And I think that particularly if you're building a business, if you're building an empire, right, that's something that you want to think about. And, you know, how long can I bring this with me? Can I adapt it? When I open my new location, am I going to need a new site? And can I make those kind of changes with the platform that I'm on? Or is it something that I can do little by little with WordPress and grow from that smallest site on the web to one of the largest?
It's exciting, right? A lot of the things you talked about is the experience layer, your simplification of onboarding, bringing the power of WordPress that might be hidden up to the forefront of users to take advantage of them today, especially within your Bluehost onboarding flow, to get them the design closer to where they have it in their mind and closer to publishing their first store and selling their first product. So that's exciting, Dave. Lots of fun things heading into 2023. And, you know, thanks for your time and your insights today as we talked a little bit about what's going on with you, the team, and Bluehost. And for everybody tuning in, thanks for, you know, participating in the WordPress Creator Con. and the Bluehost Creator Awards, and hope you have a great rest of the day. Thank you.
Thanks, Jason.